Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is October 18th, 2023, and we have another banner night on our hands here. But before we get into the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright folks, with this latest update we have a very impactful chain of events because Ranked Match has returned. So what that means is you get paired up with a whole bunch of other folks. Technically it's 9 other folks, maybe more depending on in your bracket, and it's based on your pilot ranking. Now of course, you guys duke it out on multiple matches. It won't be necessarily against each other in your match, but what that potentially can do for you guys, because this also, as a reward, as it has been in the past, will yield a brand new mobile suit, maybe something that you haven't had. And this year's reward is actually, as I scroll through the basics of that, is the Killy Garrett Zaku 2, which is normally native a 300 suit and originally only a clan suit, a clan reward suit to be more exact. And this is also a prime opportunity for the 350 version. So what that spells for you guys is that depending on the ranking that you fall under, you pretty much have to minimally place within the top 10, we'll say top 6th through 15th, to at least get the level 1, depending on if you're a B, A, C. Don't ask me why I'm going out of order, but regardless of which, if you really want the level 2 version, which I gotta have them all, I gotta at least place in the top 5, which might be a feat considering how thirsty and sweaty some of the folks in GBO2 are, and especially if they haven't had a chance to get this suit, because unfortunately, you know, due to those circumstances, your clan may have not made it to get it when it was up. It happens. This is your prime opportunity as a whole for yourself. Give it a chance to get the suit. And this is actually a pretty crazy raid too. So, backpedaling to our main event. It's finally here. People have been mentioning it. It is a 2-star suit. The GM Striker Battle Spider is finally here, but more importantly, we have a notice of a limited supply drop for the level 2 version and a reissue of the level 1 version of the mass production type Double Zeta Gundam. So if you haven't had a chance to still not get this suit, you still have a chance to get it because of the, you know, randomness of the gacha, but you also could potentially get the weapons along for the level 2 version as well. So that's pretty cool. Jumping into the other details for our news, the HTML version of the Zeta Gundam for level 2 is finally here. I believe this is the 700 version, as well as the GK version of the Gelgoog high mobility type, the Crab Gelgoog, as a lot of people have essentially dubbed this. The level 1 is finally in the RT shop, so if you've been saving up, this is the time to get it. Anyways, the DP exchange counter is as follows. The level 1 version of the RS Jar Jar, I believe it is a 550 support, is now in the DP store, as well as the level 1 version of the Z Zulu. Both are great units, both are terrifying in their own right, and well, if you're in need of some specialty type suits, or feel like learning something new, this is definitely in your alley. Anyways, on to our main event here. This is a 2-star 400 cost raid, which is based on the GM Striker Kai, developed by the Gymnasium 2 Space Colony after the 1-year war. So this is post 1-year war, let's say 82, 83-ish or so. Unit was developed for use by Shadow's Team 6 and tuned for close combat, utilizing weapons such as the Heat Knife and Shot Anchors. By removing the wearable armor, by that comment, it's talking about the ballistic armor that the regular Striker and the Striker Kai utilize. the durability was inevitably reduced, but offered it enhanced charging force. So by shedding the extra ballistic armor, it is a lot more maneuverable. It also uses a specialized beam rifle with superior maneuverability and comes equipped with thermal vision goggles, heat detection system developed tested by Zeon Army Midnight Fenrir Corps. So this is somehow related to that and ties into the Zeonic Front storyline a little bit. The predatory appearance of its head part, also known as Metal Spider, so that's why it has that sort of glow to it. And this is a suit that can be used on ground and space. But basically, to kind of reiterate the sub-weapon or the feature of this, is basically it reveals temporarily the location of enemies within range, within your radar, I believe. While this weapon is activating, this effect is not shared with allies, and the skill will be cancelled when exiting or switching weapons, basically, which results in an immediate overheat. So it does have a not really a countdown timer, but because it is heat related, it does kind of drain, kind of like your boosters. So something to kind of keep in mind as you're essentially repositioning and so forth. The weapon's effect will not be buffed by the increased damage effect of the precision and analysis system skill. So this, you can't combo certain spotting skills off of that, I guess. I'm not going to try to get into that too much, but if somebody can explain that a little bit better, I'm pretty sure I got the gist of it already. If you are doing 10 pulls for this awesome 2-star suit, you do get a chance to, again, if you don't have it, get the South Burning normal suit from 0083, which includes the helmet and the normal suit. This does differ from the Ko'Oraki version, since this is a sort of dark gray, rather than the sort of white uniform that the Federation Aces use. So, pretty neat. So, with that said, on to our lovely nitty-gritty details of the Metal Spider. Alright folks, here we are with the nitty-gritty details of the Metal Spider. As we mentioned before, it is a 400 class 2-star raid. Jumping into the stats, we have 13k HP, a flat 10 in ballistic, 14 in beam, and 18 in melee. Now looking at its damage output, it is balanced between both range and melee. Before we even get into the details, just eyeballing the portfolio of weapons it has, it definitely has a lot of things, a lot of tools to choose from. So definitely it does seem to lean either way. But looking into the movement side of things, walking speed of 135, top speed of 200 with a, I would say, decent thruster gauge of 60 to start off with, and a turning speed of 66. So this is going to be, I would say, for the most part, turning on a dime. But jumping into the primary, it has a specific beam rifle associated with the suit called the H4 beam rifle. 1608 base power, 3 shots at an effective range of 300 meters with a 15-second reload time and 5.5 seconds between shots. It does not focus, but it will stagger on impact. Alternatively, you could try to run it with bullpup or the beam gun found on the GM command, but based on that, I'm not sure why you would want to. Its primary melee is a unique beam saber, sitting at 2.5 seconds cooldown time between swings with a base power of 1900. No other swappable weapons there, so kind of makes it a little more straightforward. And as a Federation suit would come with, it has a unique Vulcan pod with a base power of 120, 40 shots with an effective range of 150 meters, and 8-second reload time. So based on that, it might be your normal rate of fire, but I wouldn't be surprised based on those stats, it's a little fast firing. Jumping into the shot anchors, or the wired anchor as you saw in the trailer, this has a base 1800 power. It's melee base, so I could see a lot of folks probably leaning towards a melee build on this, and it does have a 7-second cooldown time. And just like most heat wires, it does a hard stagger. I don't know if it kills your radar entirely, but it is a hard stagger. nonetheless. On top of that, you do have the Heat Knife. I would say synonymous with the GM Raid and possibly even the regular GM Spartan from the Black Dog Quadrant Code Fairy. You guys want to know what I'm referring to. 2100 base power with a cooldown time of 3.5 seconds. It does not say it cannot be comboed, so I could definitely see somebody building this for boost. You do have a grenade launcher, 1500 base power, 2 shots, 250 meters, 15-second reload time with a 6-second cooldown, and this has a wide radius. So this is going to have a lot of tools, and this is going to be kind of nuts for a 400 cost. You do have a secondary incendiary mode for this weapon, 500 base power, 2 shots, 15-second reload time, 2.5-second cooldown, same effective range, and this does damage over time on top of the initial impact. The lovely, lovely Call of Duty style special forces aspect of this is this has a specific thermal vision goggle mode. It does have a heat rate of 100% with an effective range of 350 meters, 25-second overheat, which reveals temporarily the location of enemies within range while the weapon is in use. This effect is not shared with allies and is cancelled when exiting, resulting in an overheat. So, hard to say how long that stays in that. Probably almost indefinitely, but kind of neat. A little gimmicky, but neat nonetheless. Adds to that flavor of immersion. Jumping into the shopping list of skills. Obviously, this has the assault booster, so you have it at level 1 with the reduction in jump charge time and boost jump speed. Also reduction in reaction when hit by range attacks mid-jump or while falling. That's often a nice thing for this. Obviously, it comes with balancers and has Iron Back level 2. On top of that, this has Maneuver Armor 1, which is, I wouldn't say it's odd, but you'll find that I would say probably common because if we scroll down here, this has a roll. So, kind of along the lines of the Hobby Hyzak, which I kind of noticed seems to be a trend too. It does come with Force Injector 1, so it's not as effective as some of the more fancier suits that might be running Force Injector 2 maybe, but it's still something. 2-hit combo, so this is going to be a little neat for a 2-star. Has anti-blast and your typical high performance radar. With that said, that concludes tonight's overview of our brand new banner mobile suit, the RGM-79FP-S1 GM Striker EX Metal Spider, as that's a mouthful already. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it very informative. Please do not hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button, because it definitely helps us out. But more importantly, let me know if you've been pulling on this, or if you're planning on pulling on this. If you find it cool, appealing, tell me all about that. I'm very curious to see that. It definitely helps us out that way in that regard as well. So, alright folks, that's it. I will see you guys next time. Till then, stay safe, and that'll be it. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Take care.